Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. I welcome all of you in His Holiness Chandramauli Swami daily call. And today we have uh, Her Grace Sukhavaha Mataji, who is going to enlighten us on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 11, verse number 1.11.1. Hare Krishna, Sukhavaha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to you. So Mataji, I will share this screen. You want me to share, or Mataji, you are on mute. Sorry, Mataji, you are on mute.
Yes, Prabhuji, you can share the screen. Thank you.
Okay,
Hare
sure.
Krishna. Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to His Holiness Chandramauli Maharaj's class. And my obeisances to all the devotees and lotus feet of Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. I pray to you so that I can talk to you about some realization of mine. Hope that will help you.
Over to you, Mataji. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. So, okay. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.10.1. Shonaka Vacha, Hatvaswari, the hang on a minute.
Sorry, Mataji,
I think it's the wrong.
1.10.1?
Yeah, it was 1.11.1. Yeah, sorry. Sorry. Sutta Uvacha, Anarthana sa upavrajya Sraddhanam Janapadanam Swakan Dadamodarvar Ram Tesam Visadam Samayan Eva. Word to word translation. Sutta Uvacha, Sutta Goswami said, Prabhuji, it's gone a little bit up. Can you go a little bit down for the word to word translation? Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Anarthan, the country known as Anarthan, Dwarka, Saha, he, Upavrajya, reaching the border of Sradhan, most prosperous, Nana Padan, city, Swakan, his own, Dadamo, sounded, Darvaran, the auspicious conchal, Panchajanya, Tesam, of them, Visadam, dejection, Samayan, pacifying, Eva, seemingly. Translation, Sutta Goswami said, upon reaching the border of his most prosperous metropolis, known as the country of the Anartha Dwarka, the Lord sounded his auspicious conch shell, highlighting his arrival and apparently pacifying the dejection of the inhabitants. Purport by His Grace Srila Prabhupada. The beloved Lord was away from his own prosperous metropolis of Dwarka for a considerably long period because of the battle of Kurukshetra, and thus all the inhabitants were overcome with the melancholia due to the separation. When the Lord descends to the earth, his eternal associates also come with him. Just to encourage of king accompanies him. Such associates of the Lord are eternally liberated soul, and they cannot bear the separation of the Lord even for a moment because of intense affection for the Lord. Thus, the inhabitants of the city of Dwarka were in a mood of dejection and expected the arrival of the Lord at any moment. So the highlighting sound of the auspicious conch shell was very encouraging, and apparently the sound pacified their dejection. They were still more aspirant to see the Lord amongst themselves, and all of them became alert to receive him in the befitting manner. These are the signs of spontaneous love of Godhead. So we'll start with the prayers. Om Kyantimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshuram Militavena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Saptavena Bhutale Swam Pakadavayam Dadati Swa Pradantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapadakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavam Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sadhana Raghunatam Vitantam Sajivam Advaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sakana Lalitam Sri Visakam Chap He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishapanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpataru Vishakva Sindhu Peva Chapatitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. So this is such a beautiful verse that explains the love for Godhead. Basically, Krishna was in Kurukshetra, stayed for a long time due to the request of the devotees over there, like Bhishma Deva, who wanted to leave this material world, looking at Krishna's lotus feet and thinking about Krishna, such a pure thought. Yudhishthir Maharaj, he wanted Krishna to stay a little bit longer after the disaster of Kurukshetra, and just for the, to settle in his kingdom, and he wanted some more support from Krishna as well. So Krishna just stayed over, and here in Dwarka, his associates and his devotees and his family were missing Krishna a lot. It says that when we become pure devotee and surrendered to Krishna, our whole focus and center becomes to Krishna. And for Dwarkavasis, it was very, very sad, and they were like in separation mood, like gopis of Vrindavan. And they cannot bear this separation from Krishna. But Krishna knew about that, but he cannot say no to his devotees as well. He always tries to please his devotees. So when he came back to Dwarka, he just blew a conch, and the sound of that conch just removed all the sadness from the Dwarkavasis. It is so surprising, isn't it, that Krishna blew conch at the time of Kurukshetra war starting, which shattered the Kuru's heart, and like all of them were threatened. But here, when Krishna came and he blew his conch, the Dwarkavasis were so happy. So this is a difference between the devotees and non-devotees. Like when devotees feel presence of Krishna, they get so happy. They feel the love. They feel that bliss with them, whereas for non-devotees, it is very difficult to understand that, and they are threatened because they follow irreligion and stuff. So for Dwarkavasi, there was like a celebration. So they all started to think how to welcome Krishna. They were happy. They just wanted to be with Krishna, wanted to see him, talk to him, everything. So it is like we can see how pure those devotees were. And I was just reflecting this thing for myself, basically. Like when we become devotees and surrendered to Krishna, Krishna does take over charge of our life, because he feels that, okay, this devotee has surrendered to me, and now it's I will take care of that devotee. So the things in the life changes. It becomes very different than what we have lived so far, like material life. And it becomes quite uncomfortable as well sometimes, because we feel that we are surrendering to Krishna, but we still want the control of our life. Isn't that funny enough that we can't leave the complete control of our life and feel some uncomfortable feeling when Krishna is taking over our control? He starts molding our life into spiritual life, which is very difficult for us at the moment because maybe some reasons, I don't know, but we are not, I mean, I'm talking about myself. I'm not yet ready to give control to Krishna, and I do feel uncomfortable. I find always there are two doors open in front of me. One is the devotional service one, and another one is the material activities. And I think out of 180% of the time, I select the material activities over the devotional activities. And I bet Srimati Mataji will agree with me that how many times I've refused, saying that I won't be able to give class, Mataji, because I've got this, I've got this, I've got this plant. So it is really, really difficult, I find it, to offer the devotional service and accommodate devotional service in my life over the material activities. But it is like, I was thinking about it, how to change this as well, basically. Not only I reflected on it, but I thought about changing. How can I change it? And then when I was listening to Guru Maharaj's class, Guru Maharaj reiterates that continue your sadhana. Follow the process of devotional services, like 9 process of devotional services: hearing, chanting, remembering, serving the lotus feet, deity worship, praying, executing the orders, and serving as a friend as well. So it has been all prescribed by Srila Prabhupada to us. The only thing we have to do is to follow. We can develop that love for Krishna, but if we follow our sadhana properly. In one of the class, when I was listening to it, I'm not too sure who was the Prabhu who was giving the class. I forgot the name, but it was mentioned that we are trained from the very, very beginning about our material responsibilities. So we find it very difficult to switch to the spiritual activities or some devotional services. But Srila Prabhupada gave us the formula how to do that. So anything we can do materially, which we can put Krishna in the center and make it spirit devotional, so which is very easy to say, but when we are performing, it is very difficult in the beginning, basically. If we continuously follow our sadhana, keep thinking about Krishna all the time, that way, it is hard in the beginning, but slowly by slowly, we get into that good habit and remove our old bad habits. It's like, if you're preparing for Olympic, you can't just sleep till 9 o'clock in the bed and think that, oh, you will win this Olympic game. You have to work hard. If you see the sportsmen and sportswomen, they get up early in the morning, they do their practice, they do their up to the limit they are asked to give. And that's where they get only 1 gold medal in the Olympic. Here, we are aiming for Krishna, who's the supreme personality of Godhead and his love. So we should think how much hard work we should be putting towards it to get that love for the supreme personality of Godhead. And at least a glimpse of that love, if I can experience in this life, I think I've done something. I will really feel so good that I've done something. And if I'm so focused in my sadhana also, I will realize, okay, thank you so much to Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, and all the devotees for helping me to do that. Because when the Prabhuji was saying that when we continue our sadhana, and even Srila Prabhupada said, when we continue our sadhana, Krishna looks at our endeavor. No matter if we make the mistakes in our sadhana or anything, but if we are doing it with full faith and love, Krishna does recognizes it, and he guides us. He reveals the knowledge in our heart, how to perform it much better way so that we can develop the love for Krishna. So only thing we have to do in this Kali Yuga, which is made so easy, is chant, think about Krishna, offer everything to Krishna, and take Krishna Prasadam. And then we can go back to Godhead. We can develop that love for Krishna. And if you think that way, is it that hard? Actually, no. It's only our bad habits and bad practices which we have to leave and focus on the good practice. And then we can become similar to the pure. We can follow the path of the pure devotees, and maybe in next birth or so, we can get back to Godhead. We can get chance to perform more services and more favorable environment as well, basically to continue our sadhana and go back to Godhead. Like if you see loads of, when I see lots of brahmacharis, I feel how their circumstances are so favorable that they can do so much of the service. They've got that much determination. Mainly, I think I'm lacking in that determination. Basically, it seems like that I need some determination, because when you start your sadhana, Maya Devi is always going to keep an eye on you and going to taste you, because she's not going to let anyone go to Krishna if you don't have pure love for Krishna. And that's where our determination comes. If we are determined for the sadhana and our bhakti, then only Maya Devi will let us go up. And then when we are in shelter of Krishna, it is so easy. Everything will be so nice. They even say that the population of Dwarka at that time was same as the whole world's population now. Imagine such a small place like Dwarka having so many people staying inside, and all of them were like very happy. There was nothing. They were not missing anything. What was the reason? The reason is there was no greed. There was no envy. There was no jealousy. There was no anger. There was only one focus of every devotee, which was serving Krishna. Because they had a pure love for Krishna, they were associates of Krishna, they were family of Krishna, and they had that higher taste of Krishna's love. So they can't see anything else apart from Krishna in their life. And they were living very happily, feeling each other's love and feeling Krishna's love, because Krishna is a source of pure love, and he's the one who reveals the love in our heart. So in association of Krishna, everything becomes transcendental. And it is no wonder that Dwarkavasis were living in that small place, which was just tiny. If you've seen in India, the tiny spot near the Gujarat, end of Gujarat, is the Dwarka. Not even whole Gujarat was there. It was just a tiny bit, and the whole population was living there. And that is a similar scenario in the spiritual world as well. That everyone, this population of spiritual world is quite big as well, but everybody can accommodate so easily. And think about that when we think about our family in this material world, we feel how much we do for them and how much return we get in if you put 100%, maybe 10%, you get back. But if we divert our mind to Krishna, and Srila Prabhupada said, you take one step, Krishna will take 10 steps towards you. So it's like, what is beneficial? Just do the simple maths. What is good for us? Taking one step and getting 10 more steps towards Krishna, or just doing 100 steps and getting only 10 steps from someone else. It's just waste, isn't it? So it's not that we have to leave all our duties, as Srila Prabhupada said. And Krishna said that we have to fulfill our duties of this material world because we are here. But focusing everything in service of Krishna, thinking family as Krishna's devotee, staying in association of the devotee. And by devotees, I mean pure devotees. Guru Maharaj once said, and even Keshav, so Bhagwan Keshav Maharaj also mentioned that you should be in association of the devotees similar to your standard or higher than your standard, because those are the devotees who will help you to progress in your spiritual life. You can help the devotees who are not up to your standard, who are lower than your standard, but the more association of the devotees who are higher than you or similar to you will make your spiritual path easier, because their focus is always on Krishna, and they keep on discussing Krishna with you. They will encourage you to offer the devotional service. They will guide you in the right pathway so that you can, whenever you have any problems or you are in dilemma what to do, they will be there for you and will not let you fall down from your sadhana. So that is the advantage of devotee association, which we have all heard about it. I'm just repeating it. I'm just telling myself about that things. But yeah, these are the steps what I have put on paper for myself. And I think I will keep on reading it again and again to remind myself that this is what I should be doing. This is what I should be focusing, serving. If I'm serving my family, I'll think that I'm doing that service because Krishna has given me that service, and that turns into the devotional service. If I'm taking care of my car, or if I'm buying a car, I think I'm going to use it for Krishna's service, and that becomes devotional. If like at the moment we are using the technology, Zoom. What are we doing? We are doing this devotional service. So make sure that we make more and more use of all these material things, what possessions, what we have got so far, just a little bit, but still we are so much attached to it. Our laptop, our phone, but everything can be used in Krishna's service by focusing that this is for Krishna. This is what we are doing it for Krishna. And we are not the doer. Krishna is the doer. Hand it over to Krishna, feel free, and we'll be fine. Thank you so much for listening to me. And if you have any questions, I'll try and see if I can answer.
Thank you very much, Sukhavaha Mataji. Nice messaging, and it's important that you rightly said that Krishna, like for Dwarka devotees, they are just anxiously waiting for Krishna any sign, and we should be very, very curious, and we should be always prepared ourselves. I think that's the purpose of this life, that preparing ourselves that any message, because Krishna will not come on its own, but definitely Krishna message we have to receive very carefully and diligently, and how focused we are and how we really make our journey towards that. So thank you very much, Mataji. Nice class and nice message, really. And Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I request everybody, if you can please switch on your videos, and also if you have any questions, comments, relation, please unmute yourself, or you can type in chat window and I can read on your behalf. Thank you. Yes, Parijat Mataji, please go ahead.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Guru Maharaj, and all glories to you and to all the assembled devotees. A wonderful, wonderful, wonderful analogy, Mataji, about the gold medal thing. It's so easy. You made it so easy to understand. It's simplified language, and it hit me right in my head. And how much hard work we have to do. So I think it's easier to understand it this way. And I think I'll be using the same analogy when I have to talk to somebody. And I don't think you're taking another birth to go back to God. And I think the way you're going, it should be in this birth only. And all of these great individuals are sitting. I think everybody's doing a very good job. And thank you for this lecture. I was listening very carefully. Very, very nice, good points made, and very, very helpful, Mataji. And really inspired. I hope I can speak like you someday. Oh, please bless me also. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You are doing wonderful job, Mataji. Yesterday I was listening to Guru Maharaj's in your discussion. So amazing. You are the inspiration for so many other people as well. And thank you so much for your blessings. I really need it. I'm not that strong in my sadhana yet. I know Sri Devi Mataji and Srimati Mataji both can agree for that. I'm not that strong.
You're almost there. You're almost there, Mataji. Bless us also.
Yeah, I need to keep that in my mind. And these points I was just writing it down, and I felt like it will be nice to share with everyone and listen to your points as well. If you have anything to tell me, please inform me. And that like something has helped you, why don't you share? Yeah, go on.
There are a lot of things. There are a lot of things actually. The gold medal thing, yes, and this mention in the verse that the Vasis of Dwarka, they used to wait for Lord Krishna, and the spontaneous love and all that. And I think we all share that. We all are waiting eagerly for Rath Yatras, and we go to pilgrimages, and we want to see Krishna, and we have these festivals. And also, we share the same sentiment for our Guru Maharaj also. It's not often that I get to see him, but this time in GEV, and there was a long pause and wait for several years. I had not seen him after 2014, and then it was in 2019, and then again in 2020. So to have that association of Guru Maharaj and the God family, it's truly empowering actually. It gives you a lot of courage and a lot of hope. And like we say in Hindi, umid pe duniya kayam hai. So it's a lot of hope giving, and it's strength giving. You find your strength from such things, and that's what kept me going. I have been in a very, very dark space myself, in a very, very dark place for several years, and I battled a lot with my own demons. And then Maharaj is there. I think it's just his face that kept me going, and it's love from the devotees that kept me going. And then you beat the circumstances and emerge victorious, and I couldn't have done it without blessings of Maharaj and Lord Krishna. So yes, we're always eager to see him, to see devotees, to see Jagannath also in the Rath Yatra. That's also one factor that has really helped me. You have that sakshatkar with him. Of course, in the temple, yes, of course, Jagannath ji is there, but when he comes out on the Rath. And one very important event that happened in Jagannath Puri, and I think that was also something that was life-saving for me. In 2014, we had Rath Yatra in Jagannath Puri, I think, along with Radhanath Maharaj, and Chandrapali Swami Maharaj was also there. And I was on the Rath of Baladev with Maharaj that time. And it was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful feeling to be on the Rath of Baladev and with Guru Maharaj. And he gave me some thread that was from the kurta of Lord Baladev. Maharaj gave that. I still have it in my bead bag. I kept it safe, and that was also hope giving. Nobody took the pictures, but then he was there. And that day only I got to hug Jagannath ji and Baladev and Subhadra Mai and everybody. So these events that have happened in my life, they have helped me a lot. And we should not underestimate the mercy of Guru, even the glance of Guru. Should never underestimate that. How empowering they can be. Sometimes we tend to see, oh, he's sometimes people think, oh, our guru is just another human being. How much does he know? No, they are very, very empowered individuals. They have been given this duty to take us to Lord, and they take over our karma too. So I feel we should be very careful in our sadhana. Like you said, discipline and other things are diligence is very, very much needed. And we work so hard to get one gold medal, that too in the Olympics or Commonwealth or even in the school. But here we are aiming for something much, much, much higher, the highest. So a lot of hard work is needed in that. So I think it's only possible with the mercy of Guru and with the mercy of devotees. And I'm just so glad that this lecture happened today. You raised these points, and today's lecture also helped a lot. So thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. No, that is so true. That if we Krishna has been so merciful, and Krishna knew that in Kali Yuga it will be very difficult for us to continue our sadhana, keep faith in the Lord, because if you see with the time everything is deteriorating. Even the food, we are not getting the same quality. Nothing is available. Cows are not giving enough milk. The quality of the milk is going down. Everybody's mind is so corrupted, like so devotee association, and especially Guru Maharaj's association is so very important. I'm not saying our Guru Maharaj, all other spiritual masters are same empowered, and any of those pure devotees, if we are there, it's like a parasmani, when they touch us, we become gold. We are just the iron at the moment, but turning us into the gold is them, Lord, who are giving us that chance. And if we see Krishna in the deities, because Krishna said that he will be present in the form of deities, in the form of shastras. If we start seeing Krishna there, I think we can start experiencing that trust and faith for Krishna, that fearlessness is coming in you. I can feel that, what I was before and now is quite a lot of difference. I have got some sort of a higher taste than I was before. But I need to, at the same time, I know that how much more I have to do as well. So that's what we have to plan, that where we are and how can we go further up, So thank you so much, Mataji. And I think Sri Devi Mataji has raised her hand as well.
Mataji, you're on mute. Yeah.
My humble obeisances to you and to all the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to our wonderful Gurudev. Thank you, Sukhavaha, for such a practical and such an insightful class, giving us so many different points. And I really resonate with what you said about, association. When we all come together, how powerful it is. Just coming together with devotees and discussing philosophy, discussing our sadhana, discussing our issues also makes such a big difference to our spiritual life. Where else will we get this? Where else will we get honest, loving, caring feedback except from our God family? So that is why it is so important for us to keep discussing like this, and more importantly, come together whenever there are retreats, whenever disciples meetings are there, because then we really bond and we, really get to share. We also get a chance to look at our anarthas, what is blocking us, because devotees are like mirrors, we can see so easily. We think, oh, I'm so advanced and things like that. And boom, Krishna says, oh, you think you're so advanced? Look at this anartha you have. And then immediately you realize, oh my gosh, I have so much to work on. So it's a very purifying experience for all of us to come together as God brothers and God sisters. And it's very powerful also, as Parijata said. My hope is that we keep moving forward like this and discuss more about how we can really help each other. We'll talk about this, of course, after the class, about the eco-village that we are trying to get together over here. I know that is also very dear to your heart. We'll talk some more. But thank you. Thank you for getting this rolling and off the ground.
Thank you so much for your encouragement.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you very much. So, Hare Krishna, dear devotees, if you have any questions, please unmute yourself.
It'll be nice if you share your realization as well, like Parijatam Mataji shared it and Sridevi Mataji shared it. Hare Krishna, Sukhavaha Mataji and dear all, thank you. A really, really nice class, Sangha, and very nice points for inspiration. Please excuse me for being off camera and leaving class early. Okay, Rajesh Prabhu says, okay. Hare Krishna, Puja. Thank you. Why don't you say something, Vrindavan Nath Prabhu, your experience and your wise comments will help us as well.
I'm just, Mataji, on the first step of this journey. I'm just trying to, but one thing I always feel like whatever service we are doing, presence of Guru, presence, like blessings of Guru, blessings of devotees, I feel it's really, really critical. I will not say even important. And I just feel like in this book marathon time, Prabhupada book marathon time, like just a small service, whatever like we do, we go every day in the evening, door to door, for this book distribution. And I feel like sometimes you find that for 30 doors you knock and there is no response. Like no means like very, sometimes not, no positive response. And then every step you knock, every door you knock, you just like really, I feel how strong at that time our calling out for Krishna and like Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. And by their mercy, I have seen several times, like I think I feel on our own, we don't have anything to do. We can't do anything really. We feel that, yes, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, or I have done that so much. But truly speaking, every action, every result is really their mercy. And when many times I felt like, oh, Prabhupada, oh, Guru Maharaj, please help me, please connect me with few souls who are really good. And believe me, Mataji, books just goes and then people just like devotee, I don't know, somehow it feels like what happened suddenly, like 30 doors, no positive response, and suddenly, yeah. And this is like all. So this is some, I would say, practical, very live examples which I have seen in last few days, how Krishna mercy flows. And Krishna want to see through any of this process, our patience, our humility, when somebody is really knocking. I remember 10 years back when I started this journey of book distribution with somebody, I used to feel so bad when somebody knocking, go. And I said, come on, take it. No. And then now I see, okay, fine. I just beg from Krishna for their well-being, that one day gives them some mercy, some understanding that they can connect to you. Like, see how unfortunate these souls, and we should feel how fortunate we are that we are having this association, we are having association of and mercy of Guru. Like how many souls, even let's say in, of course, in billions of these people, yeah, how many are having understanding of Krishna? Even how many are having understanding of God? Out of those, how many are having understanding of Krishna? And out of that, how many are having blessings and mercy of Prabhupada and Guru? It's like we are so fortunate, but sometimes we feel like whatever happens in our life, we take it for granted. We feel just, so what? But I remember like even Keshav Maharaj, when he came 2 weeks back in our temple, very nice message he gave. He said that sometimes realization, it touches your heart. He said, we are sleeping in our home every day, correct? And we just feel, yeah, so what? Like, and sometimes it's too cold or too hot, and we feel, oh, like this is not working, that's not there, why such? You know? He said that when he used to go for distribution, and when like as a brahmachari, he used to start in the daytime and finish in the evening time. When he will finish, normally when all the shops are getting closed, he said like the story after when all the shops are closed in the high street, is very different. Everybody see the positivity plus, like whole day, everybody is going here, there, jolly environment. When shops gets closed, all the homeless people comes in front of all the shops, and they takes their own space because they have their space like in front of any particular, like as a shelter for that night. And he said that he used to see such situation. They don't have any proper place, like they are not sure whether they will be having even that space also on that street. And no comfort, nothing. They don't know anything, like what's going to happen really for that night. So he said that, see how these people are living, how fortunate we are in our situation where we are having everything by Krishna mercy. But still, like something is missing, we just say, oh, this is not there. So I think that's like maybe learning for all of us. Only thing, as you rightly said, Sukhavaha Mataji, we have to see Krishna presence, and we have to. I always feel like on this, through one of the class also, that Krishna will not appear on its own in its like four-handed form or something like that. If he appears, then also we will laugh. We will say, oh, who is he? Yeah. So Krishna appears in Kali Yuga, and Prabhupada also mentioned in one of the lecture that he will appear in Kali Yuga in form of his message. We should be intelligent enough and sharp enough to grasp and catch hold of these messages and work on those messages and realize, rather than just.
True,
So
and
thank you,
these
Mataji.
messages comes from his pure devotees. So we have to follow their instructions. That's the main thing we have to do, is follow their instructions. You know, when you mentioned about the homeless, it reminded me of one of the class I was listening from Urmila Mataji, if you know about her. She was saying about she has devoted her life, and she's just goes around everywhere now. She doesn't have permanent accommodation. She's left her house. So she's like Sri Devi Mataji, I can say. She's gone. She's left her house, and she's living everywhere, and she travels. So she was saying that it was really hard in the beginning. You know, at that time you realize that how much you were attached to your own home comfort, all the facilities. You know where the stuff are, where can you get everything. Life is so smooth when you are in your own place. You know, everybody, like even Krishna loves his home, and this thing comes from Krishna to us, because Krishna loves his home. We love our home as well. We love our family because Krishna loves his family, and we are his family. So he loves us, basically. So all these things are coming from Krishna to us, Lord, because we are part and parcel of Krishna. But the only difference between us and Krishna is with his devotees. And we don't understand that our true family is Krishna and his associates, and our devotees are our true family, not this family, because this is all material at the moment. The souls are connected, definitely, because we are part and parcel of Krishna. But in the spiritual world, we've got our family. So we should aim for our home and comfort in the spiritual world and not in the material world. So yeah, that was such a powerful point, you know. And when you think about that, then you think, yeah, that is so true, that with all these small things of material world, we are so much attached. Why? What is the reason? You know, we should be thinking about the higher spiritual comfort. When we go to spiritual world, it's only love. That's what we want, and everything is available because Krishna is the resource of everything. So yeah, it is a hard work, but I'm sure we can manage with each other's help. I think Scarlett Mataji has raised her hand.
Yes, Mataji has raised her hand. Mataji, please go ahead. Scarlett Mataji. Yes.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, and all glories to all of you. And thank you for the class. All what I have read and understand, it's everything is arranged by Lord Krishna. And I wonder if even that who gets the books, who gets to read the books, if not even that is arranged. Because I got my book not from the people who have knocked on my door or in the street or someone to talk to me. It was not like that. I got my book so strangely, very wonderfully, but so strangely, I can even call it like a miracle. And it was in the store that it was not good store. It was used bookstore. And it was in such a place that I never walk by, because it's there are so many clubs and restaurants there, which I don't walk by there. And anyway, I was led to this bookstore, and I saw it in such a strange place in the store. So when I came home that day and I look at it, I saw this book was a gift to someone in the Christmas, like a Christmas gift to someone. Even that person's name, there it's in this Bhagavad Gita that I got it. Mm. So I wonder if that was not arranged also. I mean, how I was seeker. Of course, I was seeker to know the answer of many things in my life. Mm-hmm. I was seeker to know the meaning of the life. Of course, I was, and I have been reading so many different books, Bible, Quran. I am born like in the Muslim family, so of course I was seeker, but not that way that. I was having someone going to the church to ask people about things. I read it by myself. And the book I got, it was not someone to come and knock on my door. I got it anyway. So, I mean, even everything we go through in the life, I feel, I understand, I have get this understanding that it is arranged. It is time. This life, it is time I learn this, and I study the books, I to have understanding for all the Vedas books and everything. And maybe I can't complete, not maybe, of course I'm not going to be completed everything this life, then I'm going to come the next life. So that's what, and of course, I read all the time that chant, pure chanting, do the devotional service, you go to back to the gutter. But even in the books, it says, gradually you're coming. Yep. So this is what I got understanding of. If you can help me and shed more light on that, so I'm very grateful for it. Thank you.
Yeah, sure, Mataji. I can completely understand where you're coming from, that everything is arranged by Krishna, but still he's not doer of everything, if it makes sense, because Guru Maharaj said so many times, it's we have got the choices. There are every step, as I mentioned before as well, that we have got choice of going, doing our devotional service, or going try to learn something about Krishna, try to develop love for Krishna, or do some material activities. So now it is entirely our choice. That Krishna has left it to us. The person who got this Bhagavad Gita sold it or threw it into the bookshop where you found it. So it was your wish, your determination, or your diligence to learn something about the right thing. So you came across that book and you picked it up. So many people must have seen that book, but they didn't, because they were not ready for it. Say that. And Krishna does not give you something. It's like, you can't give diamond to the person who does not know the value of it. You can only give the diamond to the person who knows the value of it. So Krishna is like that. And Maya Devi is more powerful than Krishna as well, because she does not let these things go to the hands of the people who does not care or does not have the value for it. So yes, you are right that you are lucky to have that Bhagavad Gita from that bookshop. But at the same time, it was some good karma in the previous life, or your good karma in this life, or your desire to know the right thing which has been fulfilled by Krishna, because Krishna always fulfills your nice desire, which is to follow the religion, basically. He does not encourage the irreligion. He hates people as well who are not religious, like, you know, in the Kurukshetra, he didn't go to Duryodhan. He supported Arjuna because Arjuna was at the side of the religion, whereas Duryodhana was not. Even when Krishna visited Duryodhana's house, he did not have the dinner at Duryodhana's palace. Although it was palace, he prepared everything for Krishna, but he didn't. He went to Vidur's house because Vidur was his devotee, and had khichdi and some sabji, tandaja sabji, which was like, he even ate the skin of banana, because Vidur's wife was so much engrossed into serving Krishna that, you know, she was throwing away the bananas and giving the skin to Krishna, and Krishna was happily eating it. Like, you know, not saying that, oh, why are you giving me the skin and throwing the banana? So Krishna is so merciful, and he loves his devotees. So if as I mentioned before, if you take one step, he will take 10 steps and help you in your journey. It's just our faith and our love towards the Krishna which we have to develop. Hope that helps, Mataji, or anything else you would like to know.
Yes, you mentioned about Duryodhana, yet in my study, I have understood that Duryodhana, Kamsa, Putina, all of them were doing bad act and so on and so on. But still, when I can understand, okay, Putina got killed by Lord Krishna, and Kamsa got killed by Lord Krishna, but not Duryodhana. Anyway, but all of them still went back to the Godhead. Still, even though that they have done so much, Duryodhana did so many ugly things, so many ugly acts. Still, he went to, what I mean about that is, there are so many things we don't understand, but it's somehow, in my reading, I have got this understanding that this is Krishna's play, or no, not play, pastime. It calls pastime, right?
Mm.
It's something
Leela,
that
that's
Krishna,
what they call Krishna's Leela, yeah.
Leela, yes, exactly. It's Krishna's Leela, and we are not going to understand it 100%, but still, this is something that in my reading, I have understand that, and I said, okay, I believe in Krishna 100%, and I'm going to do everything to please him. Of course, I will do it. But in the same time, I don't do it because I think this time or next time or 100 lives from in front of me, I'm going to go to back to the Godhead, even though I do everything that I can to please him. Just because it's his pastime, it's his Leela. He is deciding who is, okay, now it's time for this person, now it's time for this person. You understand what I mean? So Kamsa, for instance, somehow Kamsa got a voice telling him, oh, you know what? Your sister is going to born a child, and this child is going to kill you. And that makes Kamsa like a demon, and just all the time to kill so many children just because he wants to be sure that this child is killed. Still, when he gets killed by Lord Krishna, still he gets to come to Lord Krishna's. You understand what I mean?
So I think Mataji question,
Mataji.
Sukhavaha Mataji, is that even after being bad in their life, they got killed by Krishna and they've gone back to back.
I was just about to say that, yeah, but it is not the case, Mataji. They did not go back to Krishna, the Vrindavan. They were liberated, and they had to come back to this world and then follow the all the devotional service steps, and then only they can go back to Godhead.
liberated and come back like what? Like
They were
animal,
not.
like snake, like worms, like what?
They could be
Liberated.
anything.
You call it liberated. Liberated is get free and gets to come back, gets chance to come back and do something. But I mean, still, all that bad things, so many killing, still come back, get the chance to come back to do like a human beings service, and then maybe then I understand, but still, it's not that they got to come back to the hellish war. I mean, it's demon. Putin was demon.
They have to go through. No, Mataji, they had to go through their karmas. That's the theory of karma. Nobody can get liberated. Only thing it's Krishna, Putana got liberated just because she, as a mother, gave milk to Krishna.
Even though that she had been killing so many children before,
just
because of that act that she wanted to do, just to lure baby to her breast. It was not the act of kindness in the head.
That is Krishna's mercy. That is Krishna's mercy, because like Krishna is transcendental, and who comes in the contact with Krishna directly, they get Krishna's mercy. So they were not as fallen souls as we are, basically. Say that way, that they at least could see Krishna. They were playing their part in Krishna's Leela. Some of them came from the Vrindavan with Krishna just to play their part as well. And Kansa was one of the Kansa, Ravana, they were all and Jagai Madai, they were from the back to Godhead only. They just came here to play their part, and then that's why they went back. So some of them came here to help Krishna to do the Leela. So it is very difficult to understand at this stage, you are right. But if you read more, the Shastras does explain it to you. And if you ask the devotees also, it's better to understand. But at this stage, for us, is best thing that we do our sadhana properly, because we are in Kali Yuga. We are not in Satyuga, Dwapara Yuga. We are in the Kali Yuga, which is so hard. But at the same time, we are in the golden age of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And if we keep chanting and following Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's and Srila Prabhupada's instructions, we can go back to God.
Thank you, Sukhavaha Mataji. I think it's a nice summary. And just want to add my 30 seconds view, Mataji, if you allow. I think you rightly mentioned completely that this is very different Leela. These are different pastimes. These personalities were not normal personalities or ordinary personalities. They all were whenever Krishna comes, or Krishna comes in any incarnation or expansion, he brings his own complete abode, the whole family, to take part in this, take part in all these pastimes. And they are all Jai Vijay, like as you rightly mentioned. They were from that time, that pastime. And also, I was listening to one lecture. Sorry, I just take that. I say 30 seconds. But very recently, one thing that came to my mind. See, these Leela, whatever happened, whatever people performed bad, but still they got liberated. We don't need to worry too much about that. But the lesson learning for us from that age, these all souls were thinking about Krishna fully, every time, every moment, even in the wrong way, how to kill, or how to do bad, but they were always meditating about Krishna. Always they were thinking about Krishna. And in spite of that, they got liberation. For us as a devotee, or as a devotee in this journey, we want to be devotee, we need to understand that if by having wrong consciousness, but only thinking about Krishna, they could get that mercy from Krishna. If we do activity to please Krishna, how much mercy we will get. I think we should think like that, and we should really worry about that rather than thinking. That's my view, Sukhavaha Mataji.
No, that's perfectly fine, Prabhuji. I think Raj Prabhu had raised your hand.
Yes,
right?
Raj Prabhu, you raised your hand. I know it's like 1 past hour, but Prabhu, maybe we can take your question as a last question, then we will close because there's a next session planned by Shrimati
Planned
Mataji.
as well, yes.
Okay, thank
So Raj
you.
Prabhu,
Thank
over
you
to you,
very
please.
much. Please accept my, excuse me. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to all of the Vaishnavas. Thank you for that class, Sukhavaha Mataji. I actually found it quite scary because when you all start talking about we have to do so much work, I think, God, no, I don't want to do lots of hard work. You got, as you keep saying, you got to do so much hard. I'm not ready to do tons of hard work. Give me a job to do. Give me a task to do. I'm happy. I'll grab hold of it. Give me a service to do. I'll grab hold of it and I'm happy with it. Tell me I've got to do tons of hard work. I want to go and crawl under the bed. To me, I've not, up to now, I've never had to do, even in devotional life, I've never had to do hard work. Sometimes it's challenging,
Like Guru
many
Maharaj said.
hours, and you're physically exhausted, but it's still been pleasurable. And everything I've done in service has been pleasurable. So I've not got to that stage where I have to do, of getting into doing lots of hard work. And quite frankly, I don't want to be there.
Raj Prabhu, you're already doing that hard work, basically. Let me tell you that very clearly, that you are on that path. You are doing hard work. You are offering all the services and you are getting the pleasure out of it. That's why you don't feel that you are offering the hard work, but that is the hard work, that you are feeling the bliss and pleasure in your devotional service. So don't worry about it. Just continue with it. You will be fine.
Raj Prabhu, you heard that in South London class. Remember that class from Maharaj? Devotees are agents of Vaman Dev. They will say, just give me 3 steps, just keep Krishna in center, and then everything will be only for Krishna. Nothing left for you.
Okay. So I don't have to be scared of having loads of hard
There's
work.
nothing to scare about, Prabhuji. You will be finding more bliss and pleasure if you, as much as services and devotional activities you will be performing, you will get bliss. So just continue in your services and sadhana. What Srila Prabhupada said, just follow those principles, continue chanting, continue as much services you can offer, and you will be fine as well.
Okay. I won't go and hide under the bed then.
No, don't worry.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Sukhavaha Mataji, for very nice, enlightening class. Really, I think everybody enjoyed it. And thank you, devotee, for joining. Somebody raised the hand. Maybe they raised the hand for the next meeting or for this meeting. I'm not sure. But
no, Hare Krishna,
okay.
Prabhu.
Shrimati Mataji, I'm sorry, I'm just pulling. But yeah, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna,
Oh, Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, please.
please pardon me, actually. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you, Mataji. Wonderful class and also wonderful discussion. And I just wanted to add one point, which when Scarlett Mataji was talking about, the book. So I remember something when I started book distribution, and also one other devotee of Vaisheshika Maharaj talked about. He said that we are just taking the books, but it's been already written who that book ends to. It will end up to who it's supposed to go. It's already been done. So as Mataji said, the book was there. It was there for Scarlett Mataji to pick up at some point of time.
Yes, exactly. No,
We go to door to door, they don't take it. But same person, when they come to Indian store where we are standing outside and distributing, they will pick up at that moment. But still the book is their book. That's what that's what we should be, meditating on. And that's what it's all written. We are not doing, it's not me who is giving that book. It is being given by, Krishna and Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. So that point, I still remember that in the initial days, because as you said, knocking the doors and they say, why you're coming here, go away. You should not take it as personal. Okay, thank you, Hare Krishna. Just move on. So that teaches us the humility to do more but the book is already been written whose name is on that book, and it will eventually goes to that person, whichever way it is. So we are just, postmen. So
Nice, so true.
I still remember. So I just wanted to make that point here. So thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Nice point. Absolutely agree.
There were lots
We are
of-
just an
sorry,
instrument
sorry
for
to-
any service anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sorry to cut you off, but Prabhuji, there are so many stories. If you read about the book distribution people, even Radhanath Maharaj has discussed this, and Mahatma Prabhu has said this as well, that people find the book from the dustbin, literally from the dustbin, and then they've changed their lives. So it's absolutely, your point is so to the point that it is destined to go to that person, basically. But the way it is reached to that person is different. And the person, and don't worry, Scarlett Mataji, that person who had sold that book to the bookshop, that person has got some mercy of Srila Prabhupada as well. Basically, not in this life, if they maybe later on, that person will find out somewhere this book or devotee association, and they will come to Krishna, because books are so powerful. That's what Swayam Bhagavan Keshav Maharaj said, that if the person just touches once, their heart changes. So yeah, it is so powerful. So you are very lucky to get that book from that shop, and see how where you are now, doing so well. Okay, so shall we?
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you, Mataji. I think we will close this unless
Yeah.
there is any other question, comment, or relation. So, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrind ki jai,
Jai.
Sukhavaha
Thank you very
Mataji
much
ki
for
jai,
today.
Gurudev ki jai.
Yeah.
Jai.
Thank you, Sukhavaha Mataji. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.